I feel like I should mention, I tried to trim my bangs, and I guess I did a pretty shit job of it. Like, so, yeah, that's like a whole thing. I literally ate and trimmed my bangs during the break, so that's a whole thing. You know, it's fine. It's just my freaking hair was poking me, and like over here, it's like it's all uneven, so I'm just like, this is fine. I'll just die. Who needs straight bangs? I sure as don't, apparently. But alrighty, so let me just move this over here. Let me move this over here. Screaming. Alright, and then let's go ahead and let's continue with Doki Doki. We gotta get to the scary. I don't know if we're actually gonna get to the scary stuff tonight, you guys. Like, once it hits midnight, I'm out. Just because it's like, that's the thing, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. If we don't get to the horror stuff, I'll probably do a much longer cast tomorrow. Like, just so that we can, like, actually get to the scary stuff. Hang on. Did I? Just a quick thing. Oh, okay, good. I did. I was like, wait a minute. Did I unmute my microphone? It looks fine. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, all things considered. I literally took some sewing scissors to them. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? Like, this is the reason why, like, when people are like, oh, Natsuki's best girl, that I'm like, okay, but her first impression was garbage, though. Like, literally, she's like, oh my god, your writing is like, ugh, what's with all of this bullshit, blah, 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 I hate it here. And then, like, somebody says something which isn't necessarily an insult. She's like, how fucking dare you, bitch? Like, I cannot with Natsuki. Like, just her personality turns me off so bad. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. So Yori liked it, Nighty did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't, yet. And Nighty liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so inventive to try and impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Nighty appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Like Natsuki started this. No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Nighty started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Nighty, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Yuri did not in fact start it. I'm gonna lay it down right the fuck now. She was not the one that like murmured under her breath. What's all this fancy language? Like, no, I'm sorry. Natsuki started it. Like, Mama Bunny is hitting the gavel here. In this case, Natsuki started it. And Yuri was trying to compliment her, and Natsuki's the one who like blew the fuck up. Like, it's just like, if she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. And she's like toting her opinion as a fact. So it's like, no, bitch. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. That's an opinion. That is not a fact. Let me explain that to her, Nighty. Oh, wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. And though this is also an opinion, Yuri is literally only bringing it up to defend herself because she was attacked. You understand that, right, Nighty? Well, how do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's gonna be... I'd honestly ask for help from Sayori at this point, just because I don't want to be... I don't want to get into this. Sayori, fucking help me. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and just... I would, in this situation, get somebody else, because, like, it's like, I'm new. If I was in this situation and I had only known these people for, like, a day, I'd literally be like looking like, help me. So we're gonna go with help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Thank you. Like, thank you. Like, who gives a shit? Y'all both have shit opinions. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. It's about me, obviously. It's about me and how I'm offended and how, like, you know, Yuri should just understand that my poem is better and, like, her writing sucks and, like, she just needs to understand that it sucks, and if anybody writes and it's not the way I write, then it just fucking sucks. I'm sorry, like, this is literally what Natsuki sounds like right now. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject with their own feelings in our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. Pot calling kettle. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. Well, Silver, yes, that's exactly what's happening. So why are we fighting? But because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. I look at them tits every day, I know. Big and beautiful. You tell them like it is, Sayori, you tell them like it is. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president? I whisper to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me.
Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amusing in her own way, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I'd hate to see her get herself hurt.
Knowing how things go down, I just... Monica, please. You love that. Thank you, Silver. That makes 2 of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Side eyes, Monica. Yeah, no, it's like, I've seen this. I've been through this song and dance.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Nighty, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, just that, just I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Also, I'm about to sneeze and it's stuck. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job at impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Nighty, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier?
Oh, what do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
You know, Nighty, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too.
That's...
Every day's gonna be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. How does this game work on console? I'm literally just hitting X. I'm using my mouse for like everything else. And like I said, I'm not really going for any particular girl. I already know that it doesn't matter because there's only one girl that matters in this game. So I'm picking the words that I like. Or the word that pops out at me the most. And I'm gonna go with fireflies. Incapable. Whisper. Crimson. Oh, this isn't the console version. I'm on Steam. But I do have my controller plugged in, so. I like variants. Let's see. Pure. Disown. Perish. Hey, Perish, how's it going? Sensation. Those words It's jumping out at me just because it is summer, so we're gonna hit summer. I don't know how to poem. This is hard. A nibble. Aura. Incongruent. Unrestrained. Entropy. Wonderful. This poem is now for Dio. With Aura. Let's see. Here, I'll do it bunny, since we're eternity. Parfait. Fantasy. Tone. I think I got Yuri again. It feels like it. She hopped a lot. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. I would like for us to be able to actually see the words chosen after just to see what kind of fucked up nonsense you put on the paper. Truth. Like, genuinely. It's genuinely about as random as SpongeBob making an essay. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Nighty.
Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
Aw, that's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that all of a sudden?
No reason really. I just wanted to take a look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How'd you even know?
It's simple. You had enough money in the first place. You would never have bought a snack. You would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry or you wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option.
Aww, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles.
Huh?
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Nighty to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough. Retribution.
Dang. Burned. Roasted.
Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book.
We're all friends here.
I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That... Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
Well, Yeah, sure, just give this game a couple of hours. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. Joy drug Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What?
No! What was... A cookie?
Sure enough, there's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution?
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes.
It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Oh, Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. Well, yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. So I'm really happy you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her.
Jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans forward and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safely, and Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori...
Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where does Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today.
She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true.
Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
There you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really...
She was just, typing away at the keys, if you know what I mean. Just, plucking away at them keys. Trying to get her own universe in her head just right on those keys.
I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's...
Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a bit better, I will. Yay!
That sounds cool. I also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Nighty.
Monica smiles sweetly.
I didn't mean any
pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared to her closet. Hey, Yuri. I'm pretty sure the song is also in Hatoful Boyfriend. I think. Either that or it's just, it reminds me of something from Hatoful Boyfriend. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why didn't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. There's one thing I can make reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Well, where are you two off to? We're just...
Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain it to Monica. It's like, why do you have to explain yourself to Monica? We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay, sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's kind of a business that you should be minding. That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once.
Thank you, Yuri.
Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Nighty in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. You just made the shit list, Yuri. Huh. Then let's go, Nighty.
Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Like, she just made the goddamn shit list. Like, Yuri just made the shit list to end all shit lists. We're reenacting Jack and Jill. It's a two-people job.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Nighty, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it sound in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can always hide them away. But you're always amplifying things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Would you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Nighty, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. My nose is itchy. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Nighty, do you like oolong tea?
It's not my favorite, but... I mean, I'll drink it if you give it to me. Yeah, anything's fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to set the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Nighty. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Nighty, I have another request. Do you mind if I sit on the floor today?
Why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
I feel that, girl. Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because
your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the books. I retrieve the books from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since I'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book. Ah yes, posture. I don't wonder at all. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides in closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Oh no, guys, we're gonna touch bumps. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I mean, that is a very intense reading expression. I can tell she is very enamored in her book. She's about to start drooling. It's a whole thing. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Are you sure? Well,
if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
The pops are creeping in. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
Huh?
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just?
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Nighty.
Sorry! I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you're just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah.
Then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Doki Doki! I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. She's like, fuck this. She doesn't get her happy ending. Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Nighty, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
Oh, I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri places the teacups, picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us.
What's up?
Those are some fireworks. Jesus. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Jesus, it sounds like there's like a bombing going on outside my house. I cannot. Oh my gosh. We'll ignore that. They're just fireworks, I promise. My God. Alright, who do we show our poems to? Sweet Lord. Alright, as per usual, we're showing them just going down the list.
Ooh, I like this one, Nighty. It has some nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Does this mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, just conveying from feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But if you're always thinking about other people, you need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Huh?
Well,
I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep that in mind.
well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too.
It's not a ghost banging on the house. No, it's just fireworks. My cat is, like, not having it. She's already went and hid.
Sometimes I like a little of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can see you like something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow.
God, Sayori's too pure for this world. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Nighty. I should write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. That's a start. Okay. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering secrets hiding in nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends, and they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much?
I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the towel between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Whose Evanescence song did you steal, Sayori? Jeez. Well, you know, yeah, that's a poem. That's a very deep poem too. Well, the symbolism in that is it feels like what she's trying to say is she plucks out things, ideas that makes her happy and sets them aside so that way she can give them to the people that, like, she cares about the most. But when she tries to give those thoughts away, it comes out muddled or construed, and, you know, it just makes things worse, I'm assuming. And, like, self-reflecting over that is hurting. Like, and she can't really get through to her friends, and her friends can't really get through to her type of deal. That's what that feels like to me, anyway. Jeez. That's some heavy stuff. Like, Jesus, Sayori. Holy crap. You know, yeah, that.
Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. Ah, that explains it. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful?
Well,
Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Poor Sayori. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Actually, me. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, let's not skis next.
Huh.
Well, it's not really any worse than your last one.
I can't really say it's any better either.
Ugh.
Huh? Ugh. Feel what?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably more critical.
Hey, what makes you...
Maybe the fact that you're literally judging my poem.
Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Aha, glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
I get it. She's supposed to be like Tsundere Ojo-sama trope, like the trope, but jeez, does that not resonate with me? Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Oh. Oh, you think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelengths. But you never really struck me as her type.
Sayori has a type all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight.
That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever it is, I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg real bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spiders. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Well, this just sounds like it's a poem about a judgmental bitch. Amy sounds like a great person, and the person who's writing this is a, like, giant asshole. That's literally what I got from this. Amy likes spiders, and I like Amy, so... Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? I'm looking at one. Of course it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people found out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. I mean, I am all for respecting people liking things, so long as people respect my choices. Like, respect is a two-way street. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that, and I'm sure a lot of people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. Okay, but does Amy like spiders or not? But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Obviously, we're going to show it to Yuri next. No, the music is it's fine right now. There are going to be portions later where the music is going to be off. But the music changes with each of the girls. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Nighty. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know. It's
fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the stuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Yeah, you don't ever want to give a raccoon food. Well aware that a raccoon that's fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on him with a newly satiated Adam. Are you gonna stab the raccoon? The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feed myself again. And I feed myself again. Okay, honestly, never mind. Is she supposed to be the raccoon in this situation? Yeah, it seems like she's not actually feeding like a raccoon outside her window. She's comparing herself to a raccoon because like once she gets into the habit of like cutting herself a snack and like eating it, like she's always gonna come back like to doing this, and like it's just gonna become routine for her. It's about giving in to your urges. Also, she really likes knives apparently, so cool.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest?
Huh? She did.
Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter if what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody.
She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way?
Yeah. Sounds like you do have that in common.
That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
Don't worry, I have no reason to.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Nighty.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but I almost feel like I look forward to it.
The explosions. The explosions outside.
It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Alright, that leaves Monica. Always only Monica.
Hi again, Nighty. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to show what you wrote for today?
Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monica.
Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally.
Holy crap! It's like a whole thing.
I think her poems are the most romantic.
Jesus! Oh my god, the outside is gone nuts.
That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
You completely misunderstood.
Aw, calm down, I'm kidding. Because it doesn't matter if you're into her. Because I'm the only thing that matters.
I swear this is literally just where we're going.
Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one anyway.
Monica kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but...
Well, there's not anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know.
Monica's up here being the homewrecker!
I was just saying.
Monica's like a homewrecker. Like, literally, Monica is a homewrecker. I can't call her anything but that.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on turntable. Like playing vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. That one's pretty specific. She's like, help me. Everything here is meaningless. I can literally see the code of this game. I can see like the inner workings of this game. It's a whole thing. Yeah, the fireworks stop now. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem.
Wake me up!
It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know, you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone, we're all done for reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of.
Do we have to do something for the festival?
It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days.
We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sorry has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica. Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also gonna let anyone else come and recite poems too. Sayori's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sorry, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Did you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri had never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best shot. We're the ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same.
You're poking Natsuki in the eye, Monica. Ouch.
And the more people will perform, the better I'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah.
It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
That was actually pretty inspirational, Monica. Not even gonna lie. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it'll be too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to get it over with.
All right. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You're absolutely right. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way!
Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook for the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. So this is something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the citation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was good, Monica! I noticed that they really sped through Monica. They really don't want Monica to have her time in the sun.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called... After a Mitch of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri... Because she's competitive. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri is absorbed into her books. She's a goddamn Uchiha. Kill her. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first person to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. Or so, caught off guard, whatever. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reading to other people. Imagine you're reading it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poems, it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori means when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it.
Good job, Sayori.
Even Nighty liked it. I guess it's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems won't work quite as well with that kind of a delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well.
Monica, why you gotta be a dick? What the hell? Like, this is not the time to critique her, alright? Let her feel herself. Like, for a little bit, she's gonna be performing this stupid poem in front of a bunch of people. Why are you gonna be an asshole?
You might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that sort of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. What?
Rude, Monica, rude. We're here to have fun.
We don't have that much time before the festival, you know. Okay.
Listen here, Chef Ramsay. Like, my goodness. Like, it's a club. This isn't a freaking, this isn't like a debate final.
Now who's next? Natsuki? Huh.
Don't make me go before Nighty. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Nighty lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. Your flow was whack. Your bars were whack. Your bow is whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Actually, I don't think that's how that goes. I just realized, whatever. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Yeah, honestly, this would be a lot to... Or it's not my poem. Like, they've got some really piercing eyes. I'm just gonna say that right now. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much.
Yeah, no, this is a lot. Them not blinking doesn't help.
I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... it's called...
Oh, why are you all looking at me?
Because you're
presenting. Huh. Anyway, the poem is called
Jump. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, and her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have the idea of what you like now, or what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort to the club. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this.
All right. Let's stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yup.
Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal about it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Nighty. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. You're telling me Daisy Cricket Fireworks Bubble Doki Doki is not the most impactful poem? Oof. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori?
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day Guri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What'd you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here.
Well...
Honestly, if Yuri wanted to walk home with me, I would still walk home with Sayori just because of the Pavlovian effect. If I was personally in this situation, I'm one of those people who is a creature of habit. If I was walking home with somebody every day, I would probably still want to walk home with the same person. Like, that's just kind of... I don't like change. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I won't just ruin that for you.
I'm really silly, Nighty. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so...
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen?
Oh.
The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care about so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? This is a chill game. It's very chill. Alright, so we've hit the next set of words. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my break here, you guys. Just because I feel like this is a good spot to do that.